Hello, mass media consumers, loyal listeners, and other beautiful people who happen to tune in. My name is Iancast, the sound master, voice actor, ASMR coach extraordinaire. Today, I am joined by my editor to start a brand new Iancast series, the Iancast Discussion Cast Podcast Episode 1. Today's episode, we will be discussing a very controversial topic that has ravaged the underbrains of society. Is the moon flat? The answer is yes, but before we get to that, I would like to thank the Greater Metropolitan Prison of Europe for graciously allowing my editor a meeting with me to record this episode. Now, with the introduction out of the way, let's begin. So, Mr. Editor, you believe that the moon isn't flat. Why?
All the planets are round, and all the planetary objects.
The moon is not a planet. It is a satellite. And more specifically, it is a disc-shaped satellite. If you look at the way the lunar cycle works when it comes to the shadows going over the moon, the disc shapes, it's a disc. When you shine a light onto a sphere, it does not match the same way the moon has the shadows on it. It matches. What it matches? It's a disc rotating around. So some of the times you don't see it, and other times you see it's completely black other side. And then it goes back to normal, where you see the full white side of the moon. The moon is a disc, and it is flat.
That's the shadow of the Earth on the moon.
You're mistaken. The moon has two colors, black and white, just like this situation. The moon is flat. It is a rotating disk that orbits the Earth. It is much smaller than people realize. It's also much closer, but because of that combination, it actually has about the same gravity as the moon they've been faking for so many years.
Why would they fake that the moon is round?
I knew you'd ask that question, and I have prepared evidence. Now, I'm going to go back to the actual evidence they have on saying the moon is round. That's all fake. Galileo doesn't exist. Galileo was a pseudonym used by a group of scientists who had a pair of binoculars looked to the stars, and they saw that the moon was flat. Shocked, because this completely invalidates all of the pseudoscience that we call fact. So they made up the lie, the beautiful lie that the moon is round, when in fact was flat. The moon is round. Because according to modern day science, if the moon was flat, that invalidates like almost everything we know. How can a flat object be in the sky rotating like that every night and day? It doesn't make sense, but it does. The only reason it doesn't make sense is because of the science that we are taught.
You're saying that all science is wrong.
No, I'm saying the science when it comes to the moon is wrong. I don't know enough about other science, but moon science, I've got it.
You put me in prison.
No, you did that to yourself.
Got me out of prison.
You're still in prison.
That's not what you said when you filed the door, like, 26 hours ago.
Well, they informed you incorrectly. This is a temporary meeting to discuss the Flat Moon Society. I have a document written here.
You came in with a raft. There was no one else who talked to me.
Did the raft not talk to you?
I can't believe a raft does this crap again.
Alright, but I have this document right here, the Communist Moonifesto, or Why the Moon is Flat and How I've Learned to Love It. I have it right here, all of the evidence I have compiled showing that the moon is flat. The entire Earth's government has been working against science to make everyone think the moon is round. It is flat. You can see it in the night sky. Get your own anti-microscope. What? Look at the stars. Look at it. It has to do with the planes, man.
What is the advantage to telling everyone the moon is round?
People need to be woke. Now, if you're wondering how we have a flat moon orbiting us, flat satellite as the moon's name of that satellite, moon fact of the day, even though there's a bunch of other moon facts coming out. The moon has two planes, the X and Y plane, because that's how things start. Things don't just have planes. They have to grow them. Humans start out that way. We start as two-dimensional beings and we grow our third plane. We develop them slowly over time, just like the moon. Right now, the moon's in this state in its life where it's two-dimensional, X and Y plane. It's slowly developing its third plane, which is why it has a white side and dark side. That's the Z plane coming into existence. The Earth has already developed it. It might actually have already gone into the fourth and fifth later planes, but we can't tell because our eyes don't go that deep. But when it comes to the moon is in this state. And before you ask, this has to do with relativity. These aren't the same X and Y planes the Earth makes. See, they're all relative to the exact object they're referencing. When it comes to the moon, well, just objects in general, when they grow, they start with the X plane. Everyone starts on the X plane. Then you slowly develop the Y plane, and then the Z plane, and then the AA plane. Because the alphabet loops back around.
If I leave right now, I will have a 48-hour head start on the authorities. And if I manage to get off the grid within a week, they'll never be able to find me again.
Now, what you don't realize is the moon itself acts as a radio dish in which...
Viewers, goodbye. You will not hear from me again.
That was... And I guess that means my editor has left the room, and his name is in fact my editor. My editor, or Mr. Editor for short. Now then, with his leaving, I assume victory in this mental war. And now you know for a fact, listeners, dear listeners, the moon's flat. There's just no other way to see it unless you're seeing it wrong. So, I hope you all appreciate this. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Any suggestions for sounds for future episodes of Iancast, remember to send me an email or a tweet on Twitter. Also, if you have any information about the location of my editor, that'll also be great. Please forward it to the Greater Metropolitan Prison of Europe, as well as Iancast, and I'll forward it to them too. So, have a great one. And next time you look up at the moon, it's flat.